Hey guys, what's up? It's Clay Ranger 143 here, along with Thunder Buddy 01, eating breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I sleep late.
Well, like 12:40 in the afternoon, but whatever. Anyways, so yeah, what do we have here? It appears that we have another old realistic radio, and it appears to be black. Evidently, it has a slightly tanned white weather button. It has the volume knob right here, but yeah. You're probably wondering, yep, this is another episode of Radio Reviews, isn't it? And you are right, because in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the radio that only has one button, one knob, 3 channels, and a ton of other old school features. Well, I say a ton, I only mean like 5 or 6, but that's about it. Anyways, and that radio is the Realistic 12-154 Mark II. Okay, the Realistic 12-154 Mark II. I say Mark II because it says Weather Radio Alert 2 next to the LED light. So, let's take a quick look at it. So, there's really not much to look at it out of the box because it came with no box. This was actually sent to him by Drum Boy.
Also known as SBC Jefferson 1030 or Bass Productions, however you want to refer to him.
Yep, SBC Jefferson 1030 is the one who gave him this radio, and quite honestly, it works like a charm. I'm impressed with it. But we will get into that very soon. So, let's take a quick look. So, right off the bat, you can see it is a big brick. Excuse me, a black brick with a button, and a speaker grill, and a rail LED, and a chrome volume knob. Which, by the way, I love that old school finish on it. It has a red line on it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, red line right there for the volume level to be indicated. It has an antenna, which is quite flimsy, honestly.
Well, it's an old radio. It's like
yeah, it's old.
1980s.
And it can't even telescope. And it just bounces around like boing. On the bottom, you have these switches for the channel selection, the antenna selection, the power switch, and the alarm test, which is the siren test, I assume?
Yep.
Oh boy. So, why don't we get into the first feature, and yes, you guessed it, that is the siren test, actually. How annoying does this sound before I test it?
Incredibly.
Oh boy.
Alright, so to test the siren on this radio, what you have to do is flip it up or pick it up.
Here, let me...
Gentle. There we go.
But yeah, you flip it around, and then you press this. Do I dare?
Briefly, but...
It's stuck.
Oh, it doesn't... Oh, jeez. Yeah,
it's stuck.
Oh, it doesn't unpress.
What?
It does not unpress.
That's how you turn it off?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the siren does not shut up until you press a button on it.
Oh! So it's basically like the fucking ER210! And the ER50!
And the 310, but honestly, those you can press a button to shut off, but if you're not in the room, it shuts off automatically after like a minute or so.
Realistic, you should have taken notes from Midland. Back in the day. So yeah, apparently you shut it off with the weather button. But, what was that? Heard something like a ding. But anyways, maybe that was the computer or something, but yeah. I just found this out. So if you push it, and look, this is a comedic part right here.
To FCC Jefferson 1030, I am sorry in advance.
Ask him if he's free for a call. We should bring him in here.
Alright, but yeah, the siren on this is pretty much just annoying as balls, and that's actually why I leave the radio turned off whenever I'm not using it, or even during the test, because it just won't shut the fuck up.
Evidently. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is definitely no. It's ass.
God damn it! The zoom effect!
I didn't even zoom in.
I saw it! I see the fucking lens, bitch!
Anyways, so
Drew's gonna laugh again.
but yeah. So now that we've covered the extremely annoying siren, since this is one of the most bitch basic radios out there, why don't we cover the speaker quality next? Unless you have any other ideas.
Yeah, the speaker quality's next. I'll film this. Okay, the speaker quality on the realistic Model 12-154 Mark II, or Weather Radio Alert 2, or motherfucking Bitch Basic 2, or what I don't fucking know version 2. Wait, version 2? Oh god. Anyways, the speaker quality. Okay, let's test it out on good old WXM80 in Riverhead, New York.
Wind was north at 7 miles an hour. The surf zone forecast for the eastern Long Island ocean beaches. For today, the current risk, moderate. Surf heights, around 4 feet. Thunderstorm potential, none. UV index, moderate. Surf temperature, around 70. Weather, cloudy.
You were right. It's not ass.
The speaker isn't ass. The siren is ass, but the speaker is not ass.
That's actually a good speaker.
Yeah, it does get all distorted once you get close to max volume, but that's just normal.
I think it has something to do with the volume knob itself or something. Because,
Yeah. For Monday, the current risk, moderate.
yeah, because now it's not doing it.
Around 3 feet. Storm potential, none.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the knob.
Probably. But
Because it is an analog knob, and those things tend to break easily like any analog control.
they also tend to break easily, like a certain ex's career. Anyways, so
I told you to keep it down with the real estate.
Except for Melissa, that bitch cannot be censored. I mean, what?
So the speaker quality is definitely good for a 1980s radio like this.
This is from the 1980s.
I think.
This
not
looks
surprise me.
1970s. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll find out.
Imagine if A82 means 1982. I'm not saying it does, but imagine if it did.
Maybe.
Then again, I would not be at all surprised.
But anyway, so now that we covered the speaker quality, let's talk about the
Reception next. You guessed it. Okay. Alright, the reception on the realistic 12-154 Mark II.
Anyone planning to enter the surf should check with locally south winds trying to
Channel 1,
per hour.
WXJ42 in Meriden.
Partly cloudy. Lows in the upper 60s. Winds are likely
WXM 80 in
to
Riverhead.
the surf zone. Anyone visiting the beaches should
1235, I think. Blending in with possibly
Don't think it's blending in.
Then becoming partly cloudy.
Is that Core 35?
A chance of showers and the shoreline.
Bro, I'm surprised you can't even get it that good from here.
Honestly, this was like a good spot for KWO 35, even back when I was even back during the CRS days with the freaking HH.
Yeah, but shit, I thought you would get it a little better than that, considering how it's 1,000 watts and it's literally an hour from you.
I do not like the way that cord is wrapped around your neck.
It's fine. I do it like this all the time for wired radios, as long as it doesn't like go on my.
Yeah.
I don't want to commit suicide.
Alright, a dog.
The neighbor's out there, and I'm pretty sure
he's mowing the lawn, so I don't think it should be too big of a deal.
Okay. Okay, so not only do we have to deal with the sound of Ed's air compressor with the Tornador.
That's actually a.
Hey. There's no dog out there.
Yeah, he likes going around and barking at anything he sees.
There's no dog out there. No dog. Unless you're trying to recreate the scene of the Yellow Jacket where you barked at that dog with a bunch of sound effects were playing, I don't think that's gonna end up well because there's no dog out there this time.
And it's raining.
Ew! Welcome to Connecticut!
Alright, but now that we're outside, we should probably ease up on the swearing and try our best
I didn't say much.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
And that is actually not the air compressor, that is the power washer.
well, I mean, well, there's no water coming out of it. He's using the Tornador.
Oh.
It is an air compressor, I guess. All right, so let's test out the reception out here.
Then partly cloudy after midnight. Humid flows in the upper 60s.
Oh wait,
East winds around 5. Chance of showers.
WXJ42.
For Monday night, southeast winds around 5 knots, becoming southwest after midnight. Seas 1 foot.
WXM80.
Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 70s. Here is the extended forecast, 2 foot or less.
Quote 35.
Chance of showers. And for
Bleed
Monday
through.
night, southeast winds around 5. Wind speeds may be higher.
This is not Quote 35.
Thunderstorms.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Forecast for the shore base. For this afternoon, wind 5 to
That's
10
Quote
knots.
35.
Waves 1 foot or less. Northeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot or less. Chance of showers after midnight. Around 5 knots. Becoming northwest over 10 knots. Waves 1 foot or less. Showers in the evening. Wind speeds may be higher. Or less. Chance of showers in the evening. Interspace. For this afternoon.
KHB-47 is bleeding in, I think.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
KHB-47 is bleeding in.
Alright, Xerxes, you can calm down now.
There's no dog. Xerxes, he just loves barking and running around, does he?
Yep.
Xerxes, get in. It's starting to rain. Hey.
Xerxes, come. Hey, Xerxes, we're over here, you dummy.
Hey! Xerxes, come here. Come here. Come here, big boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Come here.
Hey.
Come.
There you go. Come on. Come on, big boy. Get in there. Good boy. Good boy.
Alright.
So, the reception overall is good, considering the fact that it only has 3 channels.
Yeah, and the 3 channels that are available on the radio itself are pretty much the only 3 channels I can get.
Yeah, 1, 4, and 7. 162.400, 162.475, and 162.550.
Even before the 162.5 joke from season 4.
162550 is now 162.5!
Yes. Anyways,
5!
you hear that, Xerxes? Anyways, so
You asked for it, and you got it. bitch. Oh, bitch! Anyways, let's get into a bad feature. This thing. This fucking thing.
That's called an antenna. Have you not seen one before?
Yeah. I have. But this is just an example of cheap. Okay. Of course, with these radios, there is a complaint. To review it. Shut up! But anyways, yeah. The antenna is terribly outdated. It's terribly outdated and old-fashioned. And this is not even the original antenna. The base is original, yes. Obviously. But it's screwed into the actual case of the radio with 2 screws, and then you have this screw to move it around side to side. Bruh, I'm afraid that'll break the plastic. If it lasted if it lasted that long, I don't have too much worry over it, but at the same time,
yeah,
I don't really trust it.
When I got this radio, the antenna was taken out.
It was?
Yeah, like unscrewed and everything. It wasn't fucking broken, but I took the antenna was in the box, the radio itself was in the box, obviously, and so were the screws until I had to pretty much find them.
Right. But, yeah. Other than that, I don't think there is that much to complain about besides the antenna, but
yeah,
it is definitely an outdated piece of equipment.
Yeah, it flails around like your typical BTS fan at a concert.
Plus, it can do this. It's dead. But, anyways, yeah. Next feature. Why don't we get into the build quality on it next?
Alright, so the build quality. So, it's...
Build quality?
It's good. I will say, alright, all joking aside, it is pretty good. The weather button is a little bit stained with that. I assume that's just from prior use.
Yeah,
and
it looks like it could possibly be some black paint from the radio itself or something.
It did feel like glue residue or something.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a sticker might have been on there or something, but I don't know. And it is a little bit dusty, or I apologize for that, and you may see some watermarks on it, because, yeah, it was raining. It was raining. I don't know if it's... don't think it still is, but...
No, it stopped. Again. Again!
So, it does... This is honestly built pretty well, especially for being a late 80s, early 90s radio.
More like late 80s. And hello, Ed.
Dog in here all soaking wet.
Well, he was barking at the neighbor's dog anyway, so...
Well, he was barking at the neighbors.
Come here, fuckface, I'm gonna dry you off.
What's that?
This is our daily routine. Whenever Dad washes my car, or whenever anyone uses a hose or splashes them with pool water.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Xerxes.
Alright, so... yeah, so overall, the build quality on this radio is pretty good.
I personally like the look of it.
Yeah, the one thing that kind of drives me nuts a little bit is how it's slanted from there upward. But
oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Not just that, I also don't like how the antenna sticks out that way because it's not original, and if something could go against that, you just lost the base.
Yeah.
Because as fragile as this is, these antennas are liable for bending. The weather button actually feels very springy, like it should be, straight out of the factory. Not even, after I did that a bunch of times, still nice and springy as it should be. So yeah, that's actually pretty good build quality. Sure, it is an outdated radio, but it has stood up to the test of father time.
That it has.
So with that, let's get into the final thoughts of this realistic. Okay, so bonus feature. We actually discovered something before the final thoughts. You can actually have two different types of antennas with this radio. So obviously we have this, which is the rod. Although it's not original, doesn't matter. And then you have the line antenna, which I assume connects right here. Basically how it would work is if you would unscrew this screw, you would put in a stripped wire of any type, basically, and just use it as a regular antenna. Like, the line antenna is basically like the pigtail antenna for like the General Electric 7-4845A, that piece of shit.
The doorstop.
Yeah, the doorstop for $3. The CKW 3000 also has a pigtail antenna. I think that's what they're referring to. You could like buy a pigtail antenna with a stripped end of the wire and then just screw it in there. But really, the rod antenna is much better to use. It's more intuitive to use and it's much more handy because it also gets better signals. But yeah, we found that out. So yeah, that's a good feature. So why don't we get into the final thoughts finally?
Alright, so final thoughts. So this radio is pretty good if you're like in a city area, and it's really beneficial if you're in an area where I am, where your main channels are on 1, 4, or 7. But if your main channel is like channel 2 and that's the only station you can get, this radio would not be for you.
No, it's terribly outdated. But that doesn't make it too bad of a radio. I mean, if you only get 3 channels, I mean, it's nothing really to worry about. But for Nicholas, it's perfectly fine for him. But
yeah, because I live in an area where I can pretty much get frickin' WXM80 on channel 4, as you saw. And if you saw my other videos, you would clearly see that.
Right.
WXJ42 would work for this as well, and depending on the spot that it's in, I also might be able to get KW35 if I was really up for it, but this works just fine on WXM80. Now, if I was down in my second home over in Stuart, Florida, you guys may have seen some of my November and December 2020 alerts from then. They were really just tests, but KEC 50 West Palm Beach is on channel 4. With some moving around, I could probably get this radio to get KEC 50, but where it is up here at my main residence, this works just fine with WXM80.
yeah, for sure. So it doesn't really matter that much. But other than that, if you just want it for collector's purposes, don't hesitate to buy one. I mean, from what I've seen, they're not rare, but it's not terribly common either. I mean, I have only seen a few good ones on eBay. Like, by a few, I only mean like 2 or 3 good looking ones, such as this. But they're not terribly uncommon either.
Yeah, they're not like something to like just hand out like $400 for.
No.
The reason why I say that,
WX500.
yes, which I'm still mega salty that mine doesn't work.
Hey, Katie's bringing hers for the week, so
If that thing works
if it works here, I swear to God, we're both gonna go on a rant. Because I had to give mine to Mitchell. Well, I gave him to him for a birthday present, but
Mine never worked either.
yeah, mine, I bought my WX500 for a pretty reasonable price. I think it was like around $30.
mine was like $29, including shipping. But it was originally $26.35, and then it added up to like $3 shipping. So $29.35 plus tax, $29.60.
Yeah, mine was like around $30, and I've tried everything with my WX500. I was even up in my college over in New Haven. It would not activate for alerts, and
I tried the same thing too at Christopher's house. Foot fetish. But I tried it at his house with WXJ21 because he gets that station with very clear signal on all the radios he has. Nothing.
Yeah,
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, and I just noticed that the camera battery's at 1 bar, so we're gonna try and wrap this up.
Yep.
So, hope you guys enjoyed. Like always, be sure to strike them likes, follow that subscribe button, and twist that notification bell. Also, subscribe to Clay Ranger 143 with his content as well.
And Thunder Buddy 1 behind the camera as well. By the way, become a Thunder Buddy superfan and a Clay Ranger 143 superfan as well. Both of our channel links to sign up for premium membership will be at the top of the description. So yeah, stay tuned for more episodes. So yeah.
And now in the next episode, we might see some more people joining.
Oh yeah, maybe so.
But on that note, this is Thunderbird 1 signing out, along with Play Ranger 143.
And Ed again.
Yes, my father.
And you can see the dragon tattoo.
Yeah, he's had that for as long as I can remember.
Yes.
But
20 years.
20 years. So that tattoo is as old as I am.
Yep.
There you go. So, anyways, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. And that's a wrap. Let's be realistic.